Razbani for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast after another successful night of boxing. Adam, let's start top of the main event. Richard Riakporhe proves again why he is a problem at the cruiserweight division.
He's a real problem, isn't he? The midnight train rolling in again, fourth time in 8 months, topping bills. He's going from strength to strength. People have doubted him. People have said he's not good enough, and he needs to technically improve, but he's with Angel Fernandez, he's with Robert Garcia. Are people going to start believing in Richard Riakporhe? He's got the model looks, he's got the fantastic backstory, he's charming, he's got Crystal Palace behind him, he can punch maybe as hard as anyone can in the cruiserweight division, and what he did tonight was emphatic. It was a stunning statement. No one's done that to Fabio Turchi, and yeah, he's still got to prove himself at world level, but it's another step in the right direction. It's 15-0 for Richard Riakporhe, and the big question is now, is it the world title shot next? Do we give him maybe 1-2 more, or do we go straight in with it? I'll be talking to Ben and Richard's team, and we'll come up with the answers. And if he performs like that against Fabio Turchi, a seasoned European level fighter, no reason why he can't go in for a world title challenge. And I tell you what, I'm not sure the world champions will be queuing up to fight Richard Riakporhe.
We know one of the world champions, and Lawrence Okolie, a man you know very, very well, fought on your platform. It'd be a great fight to have. Rich people love the dust-ups, but the problem now we have is so many networks, Adam. Do networks want to let go of their prize fighters? Do they want to let... And we've seen this with Eddie and PBC. I know that's not really financial, but that's more about ego more. But are we going to have a problem here making these big fights because these platforms want to retain their top stars?
Aren't they brilliant problems? The fact that boxing is absolutely flying. Lawrence Okolie, what a wonderful story. Flipping burgers at McDonald's, seeing AJ win the Olympic gold medal, and look at him now. He's absolutely flying. World champion. I've got so much respect for Lawrence Okolie. I know him really well. I'd love to see him fight Richard Riakporhe at some stage. Lawrence is that bit ahead of him. Richard obviously has cleaned up at domestic level, and now he had that international test tonight. Passed it with flying colours, and it's a fight that we want to see down the line. I wonder if it might be Makabu or another route first, and there's a unification at some point. Politics, broadcasters, promoters, there's always that to sort of cut your way through, but if the public demand it, fights normally get made in the end, and we saw Khan Brook after nearly a decade or 20 years of trying to make that. They do get together. Fighters want the fights, and what a fight for London, for Britain, and for the world it will be. Okolie against Riakporhe, but I think Riakporhe's still got a couple of things to prove at world level. Lawrence is there. I'd like to see maybe Richard go another route, and then they collide in, I don't know, 12, 18 months. Wouldn't that be something special for British boxing?
A word on the undercard, obviously Lauren Price debut, Vidal Riley got a win, Shannon Ryan, Zach Chelly. Great wins for some of your fighters. Yeah,
really good wins, building blocks, as it has been the whole Boxer Sky story over the last few months. Really pleased for Lauren Price. Not easy having all the pressure on your shoulders. She's a superstar, she's going to be fantastic for the sport, but you still got to go in and do it for the first time, and it was almost effortless the way she sort of glided into being a pro. She moves like a high quality fighter. Her speed, her footwork, she's a joy to watch, and I think there'll be more devastating, destructive performances as we go through, but 6 rounds under the belt, I thought she was absolutely magical, and the future is so bright for Lauren, and now her partner in 2 weeks, Karis, turns over. Then we got Caroline back, so for female boxing it's fantastic. Tasha was with us tonight. She's got maybe a world title unification coming up against Hannah Rankin if we can make that happen, so it's really exciting. Good wins for Zach Chelly. I thought he just took Jermaine Brown out of his rhythm, and he was impressive tonight, Zach. A bit of patience as well, even though his dad was going nuts in the corner. We love the Chellies. They're a great story, and that's what we're looking for. Shannon Ryan impressed again. Young Jimmy, and he got pretty emotional, didn't he, afterwards, and TKB. There was some fantastic performances tonight, and Vidal Riley's left hook to the head, a bit like Richard Riakporhe's left hook to the body. They'll be the things we remember from tonight. So really good night for boxer, and we're moving forward nicely.
Seen a post on Instagram. Joseph Parker signs a multi-fight deal with Sky Sports. You must be thrilled to have him on the platform.
Absolutely thrilled to have Joe Parker. He's a very... I don't know if we have friends in boxing who are fighters, but I'm very close to Joe Parker. I've known him a long time. I've always seen him, and I think he's been seen as the B-side, and I think it's time to get behind someone like Joe Parker. He's a fantastic heavyweight. He's loved in New Zealand. He's really been adopted in Britain, obviously part of the Tyson Fury camp. Andy Lee trains him now. He had that really good win over Derek Chisora. And I think we can match him with so many different fighters, whether it's a Martin Bacoli, a Joe Joyce, a Dillian White in a comeback fight. There's so much out there. Daniel Dubois, hoping he comes through tonight. There's so much out there for Joe Parker. He's a young guy still. He's been a world champion once. No reason he can't be again. And what I love about Joe is he'll fight anybody, whatever level. He'll just put the gloves on and fight. He's an entertainer too. He excited us with his music and his dancing through the pandemic. And really pleased that a man of he's a gentleman, Joe Parker, and really pleased that David and Ben and Joe and I sort of got together and we made it happen quickly. I think he's a real serious name for Sky Sports and Boxer at a time where we've sort of got all the young guns. A lot of them will be in action on the 25th of June, but I think it was important to get a couple of heavier names, and obviously a heavyweight like Joe Parker is a fantastic addition for the stable.
Right, Adam, I think next week everyone's going to be awaiting the news that Eddie Hearn said that Joshua and Usyk's fight date will be announced, and also he said that his TV backing will also be announced. Now, I know Coogan spoke to you on Thursday, but obviously since then Eddie's done a number of interviews where he seems very confident that Joshua is going to sign with Dazn. He obviously didn't say that, but it seems like it's inevitable it's going to go that way. How much of a blow would it be to lose Anthony Joshua?
Listen, first of all, there's no news at all. Anthony Joshua has been a wonderful part of Sky Sports, not just the boxing, but the whole business for many years. We've had an incredible time with him, a wonderful relationship with his team, personally and professionally. AJ texted me 3 or 4 days ago to see how the family were, and that's great, and that's the important thing. It's a business decision for AJ. We'd love to keep him. We'd love to have him on Sky till the end of his career. If that doesn't happen, and the rumours are that he might sign for Dazn or might be signing for Dazn, then we wish him nothing but success. He's been amazing for us. He's part of our fabric, and he should be just fully concentrated and focused on trying to beat Alexander Usyk, which is the toughest obstacle in his way at the moment. Never mind the broadcasters or the promoters or anything else. He's a fighter, and he's got to concentrate under Robert Garcia and Angel on trying to implement the right tactics to beat Alexander Usyk. And many people think it's a bit of a mission impossible, but you know what, he's a real competitor, AJ. He got it right in the rematch against Andy Ruiz, and write him off at your peril to become a 3-time heavyweight champion. And even if he doesn't beat Alexander Usyk, he could still fight Tyson Fury. There's the Dillian White third fight after their amateur and professional battles. So, I think AJ will go on a fair few fights, and we wish him nothing but luck. So, I don't know. I wait for news. You wait for news. And if there's something to confirm, I'm sure it will be soon. I'm hearing August the 20th in Saudi, and if we're part of the story and continuing part of the story, we'll be delighted. As I said, if we're not the chosen broadcaster, then we'll be backing him in different ways. AJ is part of our history, and will be part of his future in whatever way we can be.
Adam, there's 2 more on this particular subject. I spoke to you a couple of weeks ago in Manchester at the Boxer Series. You seem very confident that Anthony Joshua will retain with Sky, and the fact that you haven't heard any news at the moment, where do you think it's gone wrong? Is it DAZN just put up too much money?
Listen, I've always been confident that Anthony would stay with us because he loves Sky and we love him, and why would he want to move off the biggest platform? Sky Sports have been fantastic for AJ, and I think we've been fantastic for him. Look, fighters are the reason that you and I do this. The brave men and women that get in this ring, and they have short careers, and sometimes they have to make decisions which aren't going to please everybody. Selfish decisions for their friends and family. As I said, there's a lot of money flying around, and Anthony and his team will look at the best option for him. We believe it's to stay on Sky, and if it's not, and if he goes elsewhere, then that's up to the team. But as I said, I don't know anything. There's no news, and ultimately, when there is news, I'm sure you'll hear it, and we'll all react accordingly. But you won't hear me say anything. If we keep him, it's brilliant. If we don't, we're thankful for everything he's done for us and we've done for him, and we go again, and we'll be in his corner for the rest of his career, and I'm sure he'll be in Sky's corner. Whatever happens, he runs 258. We've got Shannon Ryan, Fraser Clark, Ben Whittaker, many 258 fighters, and if it's not AJ, there'll be opportunities for for the likes of them and the Richard Riakporhes and the Joe Parkers and all the others we're going to work with going forward. But I'm hoping, obviously, we continue with AJ, and until we hear more and there's announcements, we'll wait and see on that.
Just the last one on this, I promise. If he does decide to go to Dazn, a question posed to Eddie Hearn, where he rolled his eyes on a number of occasions, was, would Sky promote Joshua if he went to Dazn, i.e. if the fight was taking place to Usyk, would you put content out to support Joshua's career?
We had all this before the Katie Taylor-Amanda Serrano fight. You know, Katie Taylor, again, is always going to have a lot of love and affection from Sky Sports. You know, we had her professional debut in this ring. You know, she was a flag bearer, a torch bearer for the women's game. She's unbelievable. She's a personal friend of mine. Of course, we're going to get behind her. We had a fight that night with Shakur Stevenson. Our own fight, we're going to get behind that as well. But I think you'll have seen there was a lot of support on Sky Sports News and on digital for Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, and I'm absolutely 100% convinced there'll be the same again for Anthony Joshua, just like there was for Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte, which was on BT Sports. We want to be independent, we want to tell the stories, and as I said to you, Anthony Joshua's part of it's been long part of our business, so whatever happens, we'll definitely be covering that fight in some way, shape or form. Of course we will. Whether it's not a Sky Sports box office fight, it's not going to get the magic that we use for Sky Sports box office, but we'll do everything we can to tell the stories as we always have.
Okay, Adam, just finally, not on Anthony Joshua, but the fact that so many fighters have retired over the last couple of years. Let's go back: Frotzgroves, De Gale, Khan, Brook, Hay, Bellew. A lot of world-level fighters have retired. If Joshua goes to Dazn, does that leave a gap for you to find that next superstar, that pay-per-view star?
Listen, things work every day in boxing. It changes. You know, Joe Cordina became a world champion last weekend, and something I said to Eddie ages ago, I thought he'd become a world champion, and it's taken time for Joe, and good luck to him as Mike Goodall wants to absolutely rightfully take down the ring here. Shall we just let him, because thank you, Mike, of course, my friend. Listen, he's the main man, he makes everything happen, so let him continue. We're okay, Mike, we're all right. Mike absolutely getting rightfully awarded. I want to sit down, Mike, I'm absolutely fine. Get awarded a fantastic award by the boxing writers last week, Mike Goodall, and absolutely one of the top men in boxing, so hats off to him. Where were we?
Looking for that star.
Looking for the star, of course. Opportunity knocks. Richard Riakporhe took centre stage tonight, live on Sky Sports at prime time. Could he become one of the big stars of the future? You know, it's opportunity knocks. Ben Whittaker already thinks it's going to be him, and he hasn't even had a professional fight. There's Adam Azim, there's Lauren and Caris, there's Caroline Dubois. There's so many youngsters who are coming through. And you're right, there was a load of fighters that have retired. The David Hayes, the Tony Bellews, the Anthony Crollers, the Carl Frotches, the James De Gales, the George Groves, so many. But there'll be a next wave, there always is. It's cyclical, this sport, and the heavyweights. Look at Daniel Dubois tonight. I don't even know what's happening. I want to watch it, so can we finish this interview as quickly as possible? Fraser Clark, the future's bright. Who knows who's going to be the next star? That will come in time, and you know, boxing moves quickly, and we'll find those people. Don't worry about that.
Adam Smith, IFL TV, thank you very much.
Cheers. Take care.
Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.